First and foremost, all praises go to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Mashiach, double honors to the apostles, elders, and Akim and Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elective Yasharallah throughout the four corners of the earth. This article by the U.S. Today goes into how the U.S. Space Command will launch this month ahead of Trump's Space Force. It says, corrections and clarifications. The story has been updated to clarify that the U.S. Space Command will be launched August 29th. It says, Washington, the Space Force is getting closer to launch. Speaking at a Tuesday meeting of the National Space Council, Vice President Mike Pence and Pentagon officials announced that a key step in creating the newest branch of the military would happen next week. The U.S. Space Command officially starts August 29th, serving as the launching pad for the Space Force, they said. Air Force General John Raymond has been tapped and confirmed by the Senate as its first leader. The United States Space Force will ensure that our nation is prepared, Edom's nation is prepared to defend our people, defend our interests, and to defend our values in the vast expanse of space and here on Earth with the technologies that will support our common defenses for the vast reaches of outer space, Pence said. Ultimately, Esau's preparing for the arrival of the chariots, the kings of kings, the arrival of Yahushai, but in the end, Esau's going to lose. It goes on to say, establishment of the Space Force still requires congressional funding and authority, a step Pence said Tuesday would happen soon. The Trump administration has cited potential threats from China and Russia as part of the reasoning behind creating the Space Force. Last month, France announced the creation of its own Space Force. So all these, heathen nations, they're preparing for, the arrival of Yahushai, the arrival of the chariots, which are going to come from space. They're going to come from the oceans, the clouds, the mountains. Shoot, even the grounds, like in that scene from War of the Worlds when you saw those chariots coming up out of the grounds, they're going to come from, those types of places to where, one of them being in space to where ultimately Esau is going to lose in the end. It says, for years, Pentagon officials scoffed at the idea. The Air Force, which operates the Space Command, said creating a branch would be costly and disruptive. It says, but the concept has gradually won converts over the years, including President Donald Trump, who signed a directive in February creating a Space Force. During a signing ceremony in the Oval Office, Trump said he views the military branch as part of his responsibility to protect the nation, Esau's nation, the nation of Edom. It says, I was put here for security, whether it's Space Force, which I'm doing today, or whether it's borders, the president said. Eventually, an Undersecretary of Defense for Space will be named in the program, which would start as a division of the U.S. Air Force, would become the 6th Armed Service, joining the Air Force, Army, Marine Corps, Navy, and Coast Guard. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Shema Shai, double honors to the apostles, elders, and Akim, a great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elective Yasharallah throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.